Hey guys, welcome to Grange, Kentucky. Like I've posted, I deleted some things, went through all my mods, went through the mod folder itself on the computer. I found some things on there that really was causing problems. So now, when I'm on this map, I have clover, I have alfalfa. So I'm kind of walking around where the co-op grain mill, feed mill is, and I left the store. And he said, "Look around." I bought a farm that had four calves, three bulls, all the equipment, a lot of land, and the co-op says I'm able to borrow some things, use some things, or whatever I need to. I got $9,000. I got a corn crib full of ear corn. Um, I got a grain bin full of 60,000 maybe liters of corn. And they said all my equipment is Alice Chimer stuff. So we're going to go there. And we're gonna see what kind of farm I have. So let's get started. They say I'm not far from here. Uh, it's right down the road. Uh, we're gonna pull up to the farm office for one, because I gotta figure out where to put this trailer. They say I've got a GMC truck that can haul the goosenecks and stuff. So, um, well, we'll see what all we have. Uh, see what we can do, what we need to do. Um, and go from there. Uh, all the fields were planted. They said there's one grass field that I could rip up for wheat. That's what the people back there at the feed mill said. And I have an alfalfa field, a clover field, and a grass field for hay. So grass field probably would be the first thing we do, and it looks like I'm coming up to it now. I am. He said once I start seeing silage wagons and all that, well, there's the bulls. Huh. This might be a bigger farm than I thought. This could really um this uh, for sale sign I think still up, but I have bought it. Um it was, well, once we get in the office, once I get everything logged on, we'll show you how much I've spent so far, which I plan on getting it positive at the end of the year, one way or another. Am I able to turn without hitting anything? Oh, nope. I turned too sharp. I thought I was hit. I thought I did. At least my mailbox. Um. Well, there's my hayfield. You said it's a fenced-in area, and on the back side, all around the fence, is where I could work up and plant wheat. And I think that could be one of the first things we do um, once we really figure out everything. Um, he said almost all the barns are Morton's for the most part, which is fine. Let's go in the office, and once I get everything logged on. Oh, what's this? A D17. Well, at least I got a bush hog. Where's the office doors? Is that it right there? Nope, that's on his... Oh, I got a fuel trailer. That's good too. That's good to know too. Because I think we're going to be spread out a little more than I thought. But let's see what's in the shop first. Oh, a 7020. That must be big enough to be like a planter tractor. Well, that one's definitely the workhorse. 7080. I guarantee that's what you work with. Ooh, there's enough shop stuff in here. Ooh, look at that big gleaner. So the only thing we may not have is the heads. But the guy ordered them because he just bought it before he lost the farm. Well, we're not too worried about that yet. So let's look. Well, at least I've got a coffee maker and a microwave in here. Of course, the house is right up there. Let's get on the computer real quick and see what it shows. All right. There's that. Finances. We've spent almost $1 million. Getting this farm was almost, I'll say, $950,000. Um, so it did cost us a lot. So we go here to the map. I'll have to get precision farming probably afterwards and go to scanning what we own. This is where the hay and probably wheat field would be. Here's the main farm, which we do own a little more this way. So we may see what happens there. I own this big cornfield. That looks like to be alfalfa or clover. That's an alfalfa and clover. I own all this. The 2 test spots at the feed mill, I own 2. So, as you can see, we got a lot for what we own. So let's shut this up. And with super strength, I guess I grab everything. And we'll get in touch with the dealership to get the bean and corn head. We may have to get it on a loan, and then pay it off, or I guess if there's dry corn and it's worth a lot right now, we can run that in and get it. But let's kind of walk around the farm right now and see what we have. And well, luckily no one's snooped back here because these barn doors were open. What? Oh, that must be. Well, looks like we're gonna have to get some gravel and fill in some areas like that's really bad at the entrance. Now this is all the hay stuff. That must be the tractor to run it. What's in this barn? Oh, it's the row crop stuff. Alright, nice. I hear the cows. They gave them a bunch. People were been feeding them and said there's 4 heifer calves, so these must be the 4 heifer calves. Red Holsteins and black Holsteins. Nice. And there's a straw shredder. See, like this barn here, this must be like a heifer barn, dry cow barn. This side is gated off, so we would have to back in up here, looks like. But we can get some gravel in spots. This is a big farm. They said they turned the dryer on this morning for me because we're drying corn. And yes, we are. It's drying pretty quickly, so maybe by tomorrow, depends on. Oh, there's the bulls. Oh my. Look at that boy right there. And that is looks like a red Holstein or Angus. That is an Angus bull, but man, is he beautiful. And what breed is this? Was this the black Holstein? Yeah, that's the black Holstein. That's the red Holstein. Another beautiful animal. And then over there's the regular Holstein. Whoa, what's that loader tractor? I'm gonna try to climb the fence. Hold on a minute. Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's the loader tractor I have, the 6080. No, 6060. Nice. And there's the corn crib that has corn in it. We'll figure this out. Those you guys that have in-game corn cribs like this, I did dump the corn cobs in there, but is there a way of picking the corn cobs to put in here? So if you guys have this, let me know. Or if you're somebody that, knows something, that would help. But looks like, well, we're going to need to get some livestock stuff once we get that far. And corn heads. So that's a tomorrow thing. But I think we're going to do something today. Starting off. And know that I'll have to take the for sale sign down, but we'll do it another. We'll do that later. The family and everyone is on their way. They're going to be at the house here, probably by September. But the one thing I'm thinking about is we're going to plant wheat for straw for the pens that will need it. And we're going to get the tractor out that I think would be for that, and get that started, because if I can get it worked up now, take dry corn in to sell, and that should be the tractor here. Okay, it is. And then we can buy the wheat seed. Wow. I don't know why we all of a sudden started going forward like that, but hey, everything's good. Everything is good. We'll figure out where to park that gooseneck. But I did see the trucks and stuff we'll have. Let's use this to rip the ground. Make sure there's nothing else. Nope. Alright, everything is hooked up. And we're going to see what we can get into to plant the wheat. We're going to need straw. So this year we're probably going to have to buy straw. With the money that I make when I sell stuff. We're going to have to get a manure spreader and a slurry thing. Next, I would say September, we'll start mowing hay down. I'll start with this grass field. We need a side-by-side too. So I don't know where we'll find that, but we may have to finalize or loan thing until I sell crops. Then again, I may just sell the crops and call that good. But all right, this is where the guy that owned this farm before me was going to put a wheat field in. So I think we're going to leave a little bit of a gap between that and the fence. But I think we're gonna be a little bit doing this. Like I said, I've cleaned up a lot of things and got things working like it should, not glitching out and stuff. So I'm gonna slowly start adding more gameplay stuff to this, like the fuel stuff, the engine where it wears out, the equipment wear out, where you have to let it sit and warm up or whatever, and go from there. But yeah, we're going to see how this series goes, and how this map goes for me. But as you can see, it opens up back here, so we're going to have an L field, of course, but we're going to see if we can make some money. You know, a dairy farm. I may have to get a ways of hauling the milk, but we'll see what happens. We'll see how we go. But this Alice Farm here in Kentucky, we're going to see what happens. So, and I think we're going to call this series the 80-90s series, because most of these were early 80s. Anyhow, so so maybe it's the 80s. I don't know. Old school farming. Maybe that's what we'll call this. We'll just see what either Alice Farm, old school modding. We'll put that out there for people to vote on. So tell me what you think of this new series, what the name should be. Put it in the comments. I think I know which one I may go with. I don't know. But anyhow, guys, you have a great week. If you're in the area that had a bunch of snow and cold temperatures, we've got weeks coming up where we can get warmer. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you like this series. Hit follow if you want to see more of my content. I'm hoping to start doing more things, showing more real life also with the farms and stuff and everything. But definitely keep my dairy roots and dairy stuff going. And we may change some of the animals around to where they show their qualities. But I'm getting everything together to work again. So anyhow, guys, you have I found the edge of the maps right there, and trying to plow this to where eventually AIs can do it and not have an issue, and I can, you know, not always, I can start having hired help and stuff. But this fall and rest of this summer and this fall could be where it's all me. So we'll see what happens. But again, thanks for watching and enjoy your week. Later, y'all.